focus. Ideate, innovate, enable. Nibav Lifts and Elite Elevators present world's safest and smartest home elevators in association with CNBC-TV18.
Welcome to Nibav Lifts and Elite Elevators Annual Global Meet, an event where these renowned home elevator manufacturers reveal their latest innovative products. This prestigious event served as a global stage for industry experts and customers to converge, witnessing the unveiling of groundbreaking technologies that are poised to revolutionize the home elevator experience. The event commenced with Vimal Babu, founder and CEO of Nibav Lifts and Elite Elevators, taking the stage to unveil the latest offerings from Nibav Lifts and Elite Elevators. He also shared his vision and mission for the two pioneering brands that have been at the forefront of home elevator innovation.
I would like to give you all a little heads up of what our journey had been looking like. Not too long, few years ago, we started this organization with roughly about 2 people. And fast forward today, we have over 2,000 employees across the globe with four manufacturing facilities and 2 assembly stations across the globe, right? Now, the hard work that's gone behind all the departments, including the innovation on the product and amazing reception from our customers, we are proud to say that we are the fastest growing home elevator company. So for the special news, we have 2 exciting products. One is for Elite, the other one is for Nibav. Right, so talking about Nibav, in 2019 we launched Series 1. And along with Series 1, we badged the title of having the world's smoothest air-driven elevator. In 2021, we launched Series 2, and we took the next title of having the world's quietest air-driven elevator. Then came Max. With Max, of course, we got the largest air-driven elevator. And then what's more? Then comes 2023. We had 2 amazing products, Series 3 Standard and Series 3 Max. And we did something that no other elevator company did. For the first time, we introduced an elevator with 0 visible screws and rivets. We technically have the world's largest air-driven elevator, quietest, smoothest, right? Isn't that already good? Of course, good, huh? But I'm sure you all agree, good is the enemy of great. Introducing the greatest creation of Nibav, Series 4, Standard, and Max. Here is what makes the product very special. We have Series 4 and Max. We have a quick differences of it being 2% and 3% capacity. But here is what we rather wanted to engineer. When we invest on something, we look at ROI, return of investments. When we build something, we look at FSI. Ideally, what we try to see in simple language is how much can I get back in return? That's quite an important aspect. And I believe the more you can give back, only when you have the ability to engineer something. And that's precisely what we have done with our new Series 4. We are able to provide with max 80 to 76% ROS, return of space. Whatever is the space that you give, 76% of that is back to you, which is the best across the standards. Now, of course, the new Series 4 has a better payload. It's more lighter. It's also even more quieter. And we have better or the best battery backup, and the brake performance has been largely improved. We strongly believe safety is a continuous process. And today we have made cabin door for our elevators standard across all models. For the first time, we engineered a technology because we wanted to ensure that we create a process or like a system that allows the user to reach out to the people who are traveling inside the cabin at any given area or section with 2 octa-core 2.2 gigahertz processor and 3 quad-core 1.5 gigahertz processor, introducing the world's first AI-enabled home elevator by Nibav Series 4 Pro and Series 4 Pro Max. The first thing that you will notice in our elevator would be our latest innovation on LiDAR, which is the 2.0. With all of this, with all these innovations that we had been doing with Nibav, if I have to say what Series 4 is in one word, we can proudly say that it's the world's safest home elevator. So let's turn our attention to Elite now. Elite had always been, since inception, only focused on fully imported Italian home elevators. In less than 3 years, we became the #1 selling home elevator in India on the imported segment. We had been holding on to that badge for the last 4 consecutive years. But today, we thought we might want to take a slightly different path. We wanted to have a product from India which has nothing conventional about it except for the looks maybe, right? Introducing Elite Elevator X300. When we really analyze and understand our customers, we really get to know that nobody wants to have a claustrophobic feel inside their elevator, for which we knew glass doors were mandatory. It is a very, very clean cabin top with some beautiful lighting on the top, right? Because we thought that we wanted to have the theme of that light glowing in the shaft, so you see, oh, the cabin is coming now, right? So from even before the elevator could come, you get a quick heads up of, oh, the lift is coming now, right? And we thought that would be absolutely cool, so we put that lights there. And we made the cabin top look extremely clean, and we ensured that the corners of the cabin exterior is also smooth, painted, and beautifully finished. Because we are taking so much care, making sure every exposed component, there is no component, even you might not even bother to see it's being taken care, attention of painting and so on. We ended up making an elevator, first time in the industry, which could offer 10 years warranty on rust. We wanted to have a product that's extremely competitive. Introducing the flagship of X300 called the X300 Plus. Here is what you would see special in a Plus. The first thing that you would notice is a beautiful landing touch screen, which is also a call button with brightness adjustable and color changing background. The second thing that you would notice is a large cabin display. Up next, we have the X shaft. X shaft is basically something that's made exactly for the elevator, the X300. In cases where the customer does not have a civil wall, he's not able to provide like a one-side wall, then we have the X shaft here. I would say X300 is the smartest home elevator you could buy. So that's about the launch of our product, of both X300 and Series 4, Elite and above.
Nibav Lifts and Elite Elevators present world's safest and smartest home elevators in association with CNBC-TV18. Nibav Lifts and Elite Elevators present world's safest and smartest home elevators in association with CNBC-TV18.
Elite is basically a brand since inception, almost 8 years now, had been majorly focused on fully imported home elevators. So all the elevators that we have are fully imported from Italy. So Elite is more of a classic looking home elevator, an elevator which looks very similar like what one would find in any commercial building, right? However, when we wanted to have a very futuristic, modern, glass circular elevator, we understood that it should be positioned on a completely new brand, and that's how Nibav was introduced to the market in the year 2019. As far as Nibav and Elite is concerned, both the brands are extremely focused on bringing in innovative products into the market. If you see Nibav, again, with the latest product that we have, which is like the Series 4 Pro, it's technically the most powerful processor on any elevator, home elevator so far. And that's how technologically very, very innovative that product is. And when you talk about Elite, on the other hand, if you will see against that product comparing in the market, let's say there's like literally around 60 plus parameters that anyone would want to buy an elevator, like what all you would want to check. And we have literally all the 60 parameters. We are probably the best in comparing with every other conventional elevator companies out there in the market. So both the products are very, very innovative, coming from similar ambition and similar thought process. The goal is very, very simple. We need to make extremely affordable, great products, which is not just technologically advanced, but also extremely safe. The X300, again, we have two different variants. We have the 300 and the 300 Plus. From a user perspective, 300 Plus is like the flagship of what we have in the 300 variant. What one would notice immediately when they see the elevator is that it will not have any physical button outside, right? It has a digital display, which is also a touchscreen, and you can adjust the brightness, you can change the colors just from the display perspective. And one would notice that all the doors that's coming from X300 is always a glass door, because we just made it mandatorily like standard for all the products, because everybody wants to have a glass door in their elevator. And another detailing that we have done is when you come with a glass door, it's not just about the convenience, but the challenge is when you talk about home, people look at micro level detailing, right? So how the elevator would look like in terms of the exterior of the cabin, because you could see the elevator cabin when it's moving through the glass. And what are you going to see when the cabin is not there? So the attention to detail is extremely important when you talk about a home elevator, and that's exactly what we did. You will not see any visible screws and rivets, not just on the interior of the cabin, but also on the exterior of the cabin. You will not find any of those, very industrial looking feel you wouldn't have. And it's very, very smooth, polish, best paint texture that's being utilized. And yeah, that's the fundamental difference that one see from the outside. The moment someone starts using the elevator, one could have multiple different characteristics to the elevator, right? So that's the core objective behind what we have developed. We introduced 3 different modes for an elevator, like sports, comfort, and eco. So sports, super focused on speed. For them, it's all about speed. Naturally, you will feel a lot of acceleration and deceleration inside the cabin. The other way is completely focused on comfort, where you don't feel the start and stop, nothing. It's absolutely smooth and clean. The third option is where it's absolutely on eco, right? Someone who's building a green home, and they want very, very low power consumption. They don't want unnecessarily the lights to be turned on. Even the fan should be turned off, for instance. So those are the kind of customizations that we have. And that's precisely, what is the convenience that we give to customer, because every customer, every home, they want different thing. And this is something that you could change over a period of time. It's not like you buy the elevator in one particular mode and then you need to stay it like that forever. Yeah, that's the cool thing someone could expect from X300. As far as Nibav is concerned, again, Nibav Series 4 is very, very competitive to X300 Plus. You would see most of the feature-wise. But what is really interesting is, first time ever, we have the most powerful processor, right? So we have a very, very large, powerful processor that's powering up the elevator. And the benefit of having such a large, powerful processor is that it is also AI-enabled, right? And what we have right now unveiled in terms of features, it could be, for example, when you get inside the cabin, just show the finger like which floor you want to go, and the elevator automatically starts to go to the respective floor. And that's just the beginning, right? And once we are able to really completely utilize the technology, we can bring far more of what people could even think of. And I would say that that's technologically like very, very advanced elevator. And we also have introduced something called as a SOS feature. Every time when the elevator is starting, it gives a command, or it leaves a report saying that the elevator is started and it's going to this specific floor. And that's like understanding, the system knows how long you would take to reach that floor. And now it's continuously monitoring whether you've reached the floor. Either I should get a green signal that yes, I've reached the floor, then that ticket is closed, then everything is okay. If I get any error message, or I don't get any message, so I don't know, whatever be the case. In such scenario, we have a 24/7 SOS team to whom this particular lift will immediately pop up, and they can immediately connect to the elevator display directly inside, and check for if everything is okay. It's a like a GSM telephone, you can connect there, or they can connect to the primary mobile phone holders. And if required, our team, with the acceptance of the user, because for security reasons, the customer has to give a go-ahead, we will be able to even take remote control of the elevator and even try to fix those problems. So that's the kind of SOS technology we have with that product. And it's also completely app-driven. You can control it from your app from anywhere in the world. And we also have introduced first time technology called as a digital twin. And digital twin is basically, you not only know whether where your elevator is or which floor it is, you exactly know even if it's traveling, at what height it's traveling, you can see with very, very low latency, right? It's literally like as if you keep the phone next to you, you see the elevator, you can see exactly what's happening, and everything is happening over the internet, right? So that's the kind of technology. It's like literally you have complete digital twin in your phone. So that's exactly where the technology comes from. We know exactly what our customers want, right? Because we're experts. We don't, all the elevators that we have sold till date, it's all going to, HNIs, celebrities' homes, or even common people's home. It's only going to a home. And that's, I feel, is like our biggest advantage, because we know our customers really well, and we know what exactly they want. Now, when you talk about customer who's looking to have an elevator as a piece of art inside a home, right? So he doesn't want the elevator, he wants the elevator to stand out in the home. He wants to really be a piece of art inside the house, then Nibav is the choice, right? Because it's like a beautiful glass elevator, it's full side glass, and the max elevator that we launched has something called as a 76% ROS. We call it as return of space. So that's the kind of target or houses that would love to go with Nibav, especially you don't have no pit is required, no machine room, headroom, just like a normal power socket, and you get your lift up and running. So that's the kind of target audience. Now, For elite is where somebody is already made a shaft, right? Or looking for a very conventional elevator, very, very large one, or they want to go like very fast, or they want, this different types of modes into it, or, they have a staircase, but it's more of a square shape. So in simple terms, if I have to say, Nibav is more of circular elevators, elite is more of square elevators. We were very, very clear, because you understand that our product is not just being sold in India. Our elevators are being sold in Australia, in Malaysia, UAE, let's say in Switzerland, in Europe, also in US, Canada, Mexico. We literally sell in over 12 plus countries right now. And what is really interesting about us, no matter wherever the elevator is going, it's all going under one quality. Let me just fast forward the production period, right? So that roughly takes about 3 to 4 months. So we will keep that aside. Once the elevator comes to my home, let's talk about Nibav. It literally takes 24 working hours to complete the elevator right from scratch, right? So as long as the civil work, everything is in place, it doesn't take too much time. We can easily get the lift installed. And similarly for Elite, it roughly takes about 3 to 4 days, depending on the number of stops that you have, to again have the elevator installed. We are about to open our 5th manufacturing facility here in Chennai. In the next 90 days, we could expect its inauguration to happen. And yeah, we're all out. We're going everywhere with the objective to make sure the best product reaches out to the customer, right? So you have the best product, then we need to ensure that it is accessible for everybody.
The Nibav Lifts and Elite Elevators annual global meet concluded with Nibav Elite Awards, celebrating the exceptional employees who drive the brand's success. These awards honored the individuals whose passion and dedication have propelled the companies to new heights in home elevator innovation and redefined luxury living. From engineers to craftsmen to sales teams and customer support, every employee's commitment to excellence was recognized, underscoring their vital role in establishing Nibav and Elite as industry leaders. Their unwavering passion has elevated not only homes, but also the standards of the entire industry.
Nibav Lifts and Elite Elevators present world's safest and smartest home elevators in association with CNBC-TV18. Focus, ideate, innovate, enable.